What a year Georgia Taylor-Brown has had. It has been absolutely fantastic, and it continues. We are up to stage 3 of the triple mix. That means that it is bike, then swim, and finish with a run. And every second that you've fallen behind the leaders in stage 1 and 2 will be paid for in a pursuit start, which means that Cassandra Beaugrand of France, having won stage 1 and stage 2, will start on the bike first. 9 seconds back to Ashley Gentle and 20 seconds back to Kirsten Casper. So big gaps to pay for, and Cassandra Beaugrand is in the box seat, you'd think, to take this one out.
Without question, as I said earlier, I question whether she should be committed on this bike. It's a new position for her to be in. She's going to be alone. Does she like to ride on her own? She seemed to be sitting back very comfortably in the group, always following wheels, and this is a completely different position for her to be in.
An update once again on the different colours that the women are wearing out there. The, young athletes under the age of 20 are in white, and you can see one there, number 17, Desiree Ridner. Red athlete is Summer Cook. She is the fastest on the run split from Jersey 2017. Sophie Caldwell in the blue was our fastest swimmer, and she needed all of that, having finished a little bit back off the bike and into the swim in the last stage, as they line up again for stage 3, and the first across the line will be our winner. And you'd be hard-pressed to go past Cassandra Beaugrand, who has proved herself the prodigy that we all thought she was, Macca.
Without question. She came in as one of the favourites. There was a lot of talk about her coming in, and speaking to her during the week, she felt very, very confident. She said she's in great form. She had the French Grand Prix event last week, and she's just been amazing today. But how this will start now is they're going to run in, they have to transition, so there can be some time lost. We saw Summer Cook in that last race have a diabolical transition from second into last out, so it's transitioning under pressure that makes the big difference. So these girls who are a fair way back have to get onto that bike, into the shoes, and out as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I can see a few of them standing there, lining up as they're about to start, shivering a little. So that's another factor here. I mean, the sun is out, but there is a cool breeze, and you are diving into pretty cold water, and so staying warm is definitely, crucial to this. And a few that are shivering, that's worrying me a little bit on how they're going to perform.
Cassandra's off.
17 degrees in the water. The splits have started, and Cassandra Beaugrand will be the first person onto the bike, and she's got a nice little gap to play with, 9 seconds back, and Ashley Gentle is the second off. Next up will be Kirsten Casper, 11 seconds further back, and it's a really nervous wait watching your rivals disappear out in front of you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very. I think these girls that are 20 sort of to 25 seconds back really need to figure this out. How are they going to get themselves back into the race, and how are they going to beat Cassandra?
We just saw Summer Cook and Katie Zafiris take off there a fair way back, and they were 1 and 2 in Jersey. A long wait for Leonie Perriot, Claire Michelle behind her, but already on the bike and up the first little incline. It's Cassandra Beaugrand, and behind her, that's Ashley Gentle at the top of your screen.
She'll stay committed. Ashley will chase after Cassandra the entire way here. That's the only way Ash knows how to race. It'll be interesting to see the girls who are back. There's going to form a group. These two are alone up in front. They either get together and work together, and these three back here need to move up together and start swapping turns.
Yeah, Georgia Taylor-Brown and Jodie Stimpson, they're both really great riders, and when they do get together, they do commit nicely, so hopefully they can do that and get themselves back up to the front there. You can see Katie desperately trying to get herself up to that group of 3.
It's a stiff headwind right up this climb here. They're coming straight up into a strong easterly. It's right in their face. They make the left turn at the top, and they'll get a slight headwind crosswind. So right now Cassandra's got the wind on her back.
Ashley Gentle will know that she can't let Cassandra Beaugrand get too far ahead, but at the moment she's really putting it in on the bike, and knows that if she has any sort of a gap coming out of the swim and into the run, she knows that she can run it home. Next up will be the swim, but before that, 3 more laps on the bike. And they've all negotiated this quite well. We saw plenty of accidents in Jersey 2017, but fingers crossed, maybe I've given them the commentator's curse. It's been clean so far.
I get the feeling Cassandra's actually opened the gap on Ashley, which is a surprise. She looks a bit tired, Ashley Gentle. I just saw her face there. Cassandra looks very, very comfortable.
So we can just see Kate Wolf and Charlotte Machine getting lapped there, as will Desiree Ridner, and they should actually be eliminated from this race. And
they are. I saw the race referee just pull them off the course.
Desiree Rodner is in danger of that happening as well right now. Beaugrand just behind her. But 90 seconds have gone past. That's how long it's taken for Desiree Rodner to get around the course, and she looks like she's put a little bit more time into Ashley Gentle, and she looks comfortable out there, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does look very comfortable. Kind of almost how she runs.
We keep saying that. We keep saying that all the time, but she just does.
It's starting to freak me out a little bit.
Don't worry. You've got plenty of time to come back. Everything will be fine. We can see out the front of the window where we're sitting some of our eliminated competitors watching on with interest. Megan Foley, Vanessa De La Torre, and Sarah Alexander just getting a bird's eye view, if you like. Front row position for watching this.
Here comes Ashley. Let's see if we can get a split, see what's happening there at the front.
I think Cassandra is just so fit at the moment. She's been comfortable. She looks so magnificent on the run, but this bike ride's really, really impressed me. I think more than anything, she split the field here. She's definitely moving away. She's alone. Even the girls back in just behind Ash, they're definitely losing time.
Yeah, she's putting everyone under pressure, and she is going around this bike course very nicely, taking the corners well, and you know, the thing is she just has to get through the bike, and then she heads on to her two strengths, the swim and the run.
And she'll grab a short shoot. She's first off the bike. She grabs a short shoot going into the swim, which is a huge advantage as a swimmer.
Absolutely. I keep forgetting about that short shoot, and every time it's just like, yeah, crazy how much of an advantage it's turning out to be.
After the first lap, she'd actually increased to 12 seconds gap between herself and Ashley Gentle. Further 7 seconds back to Georgia Taylor-Brown, and a second back then to Kirsten Casper. But if she can keep putting time into Ash Gentle.
Here comes Jody. Like she's trying to make a move.
Surprised they're not working together, the group of three behind. Jody sort of dropped them. It might be an element of fatigue, but no, I think it looks from I'm interested to see in the men's race as well that being alone around these tight circuits plays an advantage. The groups don't seem to work very well together. They can't organise themselves. They can't close those gaps. That being said, Ash looks under a lot of pressure now.
There's Georgia Taylor-Brown bridging up to her, and I mean, I guess, yeah, look, I don't think Georgia's going to stop to try and work with Ashley. I think she's just going to go blow higher and has her sights set on Cassandra.
An update on the splits as they stand. Cassandra Beaugrand of France now 10 seconds as they went through that transition from Ashley Gentle, who's a further 3 seconds ahead of Georgia Taylor-Brown. So Gentle has stopped the rot, if you like. It's certainly not getting bigger. It was 12 seconds, then into 10 seconds. And on her back wheel, you can see there Georgia Taylor-Brown, who'll be hoping to stay with Gentle and get dragged up towards Cassandra Beaugrand, who still stands good chance of finishing this day as a triple mix winner. Jodie Stimpson a further 3 seconds back ahead of Kirsten Casper. Katie Zafiris another second behind from Emma Jeffcoat, and then it's 10 seconds further back to Rachel Klammer and another 8 to Summer Cook. So the field stringing out as the fatigue setting in here in the triple mix. This is the 7th discipline that the women have encountered with not really much of a break at all over the course of the last hour or so of racing, and it's starting to really show who's in form and who isn't at this stage of the season. And there is your leader. She's won 2 from 2 stages, and she is well in control. The last lap of the bike, you can hear the bell ringing, and Cassandra Beaugrand, the 21-year-old, gets a look right now at where Ashley Gentle is.
It's been an amazing performance by Cassandra. Yeah, Georgia looks fantastic. But it's been an amazing performance by Cassandra. She's just this field is probably the best field assembled since the World Cup for the World Championship final, and she's just dominated. She hasn't grabbed one short shoot at all. She's dominated over the girls who have grabbed the short shoot. So it's going to be in this last race where it matters that she takes advantage of the short shoot. I think it's going to be a shutdown. I don't see any of these girls making up any of the distances, and if the boys are watching this, they need to see the advantage this plays and how to win these sort of events.
Ashley Gentle dropping back through the field now. She said she'd probably have to pay for it in stage 3, and it looks like she is starting to pay for it after 3 laps on the bike. She's now dropped into, I think, about 5th or 6th position, and the same is not happening to Cassandra Beaugrand. Maybe Ashley's just raced a little bit more than Cassandra over the past couple of weeks, and she also has about, I think, 6 years on it in terms of fast twitch muscle fibre. And she's playing the game though here too. She's starting to think about the fact that she needs to have a fast transition, make sure she can step straight out of those shoes. Maybe 3 more turns until she comes into transition. Grabs the short chute on the swim before we finish with the run, and we know how strong she is on the run. There is Ashley Gentle, just ahead of Kirsten Casper, who just knows how to hang in there in these formats, as she does in Olympic distance racing.
Georgia Taylor Brown really closed the gap down there, and well, if it's not for this short chute, she could really try to get onto Cassandra's shoulder here, but Cassandra's going to take the short chute and extend her advantage.
That is demoralising, isn't it, after you do the work to get up on the back wheel or nearly, and then
who thinks of these short chutes?
Evil guy sitting alongside us. There is Cassandra Beaugrand. She'll know that it's short chute time.
She'll take that advantage. She gets to jump in at position number 2 on the pontoon, where the others have to jump in at position number 20. So it's a good 3-second advantage here. And we saw in the last stage how good she was in the water. So, and she's by far the fastest on foot. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with the others.
I'd say that the run short chute would be maybe the biggest advantage, then the bike short chute, then the swim. Would you agree?
I think the swim one plays a significant advantage. We'll see a lot. I think we'll see that more so in the men's race than we have today. I think the big spread in the women's racing is the difference in the swimming ability. But Cassandra's ability to run so well and swim so well has really shown that in this style of racing, they're the 2 elements that you need to hold to be very, very competitive.
Beaugrand looks like she's just jogging down the pontoon on the way to get a morning coffee. Looks so easy, and into the water she goes, and she has a fast straighter shot to the buoy, 150 metres up the harbour, then the rest, and Georgia Taylor Brown will lead them into the water, and I think was that Zafiris and Casper as well. So Katie Zafiris.
Yeah, Katie Zafiris, she's coming through.
Coming back,
just as
maybe
I suspected,
Mackerel jump back on the bandwagon, Willie.
I've always liked Katie. I picked her to be very, very good today. She's come off a fantastic season.
No, but look, Katie's also an incredibly strong swimmer, and I think you saw last year, you know, she won, but she was stronger towards the end, and it almost seems like it doesn't really phase her in the water. I mean, look at her, she's powering through, and I would say maybe even decreasing that gap to Cassandra a little bit.
It really looks like it, and it shows, I guess as you age, you get a lot stronger. Your strength endurance is there. You tend to be more like a diesel engine, and we may see a lot more of Katie tomorrow in the enduro format, because we've got to recover tonight from this intensive racing and come back up and race at 100% tomorrow in what's probably the toughest format.
We know that Cassandra Beaugrand was 9 seconds ahead of Ashley Gentle, and there was only 3 within 20 seconds overall when they started this thing. And if you look at the splits heading into the swim start, she's just 6 seconds ahead of Georgia Taylor Brown. And then you've got Jodie Stimpson 7 seconds. Katie Zafiris, who must have put 20 seconds into Cassandra Beaugrand in terms of catching up, as
You're right,
and
she
Ashley
did,
Gentle as well, who's been put back into 5th position. So over that first bike leg, Katie Zafiris is 20 plus seconds faster, but she just started so far back, having paid that in the first 2 stages. So maybe do we see Cassandra Beaugrand gets swum down here, or I can't see her getting run down. I just don't know how this is going to play out, and that is the beauty of Super League Triathlon.
Well, the fatigue starts to kick in now. She's a young athlete. She doesn't have that strength endurance, as I said earlier, and Katie does. So if she gets swum down and put a little bit of pressure on her, it could change the dynamic of her run.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is sort of Katie. I think Katie knows that this happens. This is her style of racing. So I don't think she would have been too particularly phased about losing a bit of time earlier in the first round. But I don't think she would have loved to lose that amount. But no, she finds her groove. She settles in, and she just slowly chips away. And before you know it, she's running on your shoulder. And before you know it, she's sort of distancing you a little bit. So yeah, we'll be able to see if she can do that to Cassandra.
Such is the ever-changing face of Triple Mix and of Super League Triathlon. It was about 7 minutes ago that we all thought that there's no way anyone could catch Cassandra Beaugrand. She would go coast to coast from stage 1 to stage 3, and now we feel like maybe that might not be the case, but we'll see. We know how good a runner she is. If she can hold off the chasing pack, who are putting in every effort to try and chase her down right at the moment.
And Cassandra, for leading the swim out, will get a short chute again.
She will.
Correct?
She
yeah,
will.
so see, that's... Oh, man, this short chute.
Well, this is the commitment. That's why the girls in second, third have had to commit to the closing down this gap, and that's why the whole principle behind the short shoot
Oh,
was
look at
created.
Katie.
If Katie can shut this down, run past her in the run up to the fence, she gets a short shooter, could open this race right up.
Absolutely, and I think that's definitely going through Katie's mind. I think it's clicked in that, hey, she's right back in this race. She's got to fight for every second now.
I think she had a slip too, Cassandra Beaugrand. She got out the last time, needed a hand out, so she'll be thinking, don't slip, don't slip, don't slip as we get onto the pontoon. Every second completely precious as we have 2 laps to decide on the run who will be our triple mix champion and take the full complement of championship points. And it's been such brutal racing, exactly as we would have hoped, as the hand goes out from the official, and Cassandra Beaugrand hopes that she can get up the run first. She manages to do it cleanly.
Here comes Katie.
Next out of the water, Katie Zafiris, who has put so much time on the rest of the field, coming from about 6th or 7th. I think that was Kirsten Casper out of the water. There is Georgia Taylor-Brown on the left.
Jody Stimpson. Yeah, Kirsten Casper is having a great race. She's also dragged back a bunch of times because they all started about 20 seconds to 25 seconds behind. And there goes Katie. Katie fighting.
She gets a short shoot.
She's got it.
She's got the short
Yeah,
shoot.
Got the short shoot.
Katie Zafiris,
Wow.
our 2017 champion, denied by Vicky Holland in the World Championship Olympic distance racing 2 weeks ago. She has a little stumble putting a shoe on, but we know how good her run can be, and she'll get the short shoot. Cassandra Beaugrand, just a vast gulf in age and experience between these two, and now
This is going to change the dynamic of the race. Katie Zafiris right now committed to that swim. She looked tired as she took that short shoot. Cassandra the fastest on foot in the last 2 stages. This opens this race right up, and it's exactly why we invented it.
this is shaping up for a brilliant finish. Macca just congratulating himself for putting the short shoot in, and good for him.
Well done, Chris. Well done.
Says that every morning into the mirror. And gee, hasn't it been working? Zafiris and Beaugrand.
Yeah, this puts pressure on Cassandra. It gives Katie, I mean, obviously she's not just going to slow up, but it gives her a moment to catch her breath, compose herself before she starts this 2K run.
Cassandra's obviously fatigued. She's a fantastic swimmer, but to give up that kind of time, she had, 9 or 10 seconds going into that swim, to lose that over 300 metres in the swim. With the swim ability she has, she's obviously fatigued. Katie comes into her element now. She's like a diesel engine. She's showing her strength, and we saw this last year in stage 3 last year in both the eliminator and in the triple mix. She dominated.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, all the racing that I've done with Katie, if I come off the bike with her, I know that it might maybe take her a lap to find her groove, but once she does, she is coming. And so you really have to try to break her early, and if you can't, then yeah, she gets into her rhythm, and she's almost unstoppable.
Katie Zafiris, our leader, the master of consistency. She didn't win a World Triathlon Series race in 2018, and yet came into the final race in the Gold Coast thanks to 5 podiums with a 34-point lead. Of course, 2nd overall. She wants a win. She has not had a win all year, and she wants a win. Kirsten Casper in 3rd, who is so consistent, and consistency is key across these different formats, but the gap may be narrowing just slightly. Cassandra Beaugrand, youth versus experience in this one. 29 years old, Katie Zafiris. 21 years old, Cassandra Beaugrand. Coming from very different places to Super League Triathlon Jersey. And it looks like maybe Beaugrand is just reaching that gap a little bit. Kirsten Casper in 3rd. And again, Beaugrand just looks like she's jogging.
And this is where she was spectacular with Ashley Gentle in stage 1. The second loop of this run course, she seems to find her legs. She opens up her stride, and she really put the hammer down, and they opened up with 10 seconds in stage 1. So she seems to be finding a rhythm. The question's going to be asked of Katie now, do I go with this move?
It looks like she's putting in a bit of a surge. She just went by Katie there.
Casper a fair way back, and Cassandra Beaugrand is giving Katie Zafiris deja vu from 2 weeks ago. Just as she thought she got a little lead, a response, not from Vicky Holland this time, but from Cassandra Beaugrand, who won stage 1 and stage 2. If you're just joining us, there is one more lap on the run to decide our women's triple mix champion in Jersey, who is going to take the championship points. $20,000 US on the line for the winner across the weekend, and $100,000 US for the winner across the series. And Cassandra Beaugrand looks like she's in the box seat right now to take the championship lead. Katie Zafiris has responded. She's staying with Beaugras. She's staying with her pace. She knows there's just one more lap to go. Kirsten Casper trying to hold off Ashley Gentle, and the pain on her face. Jodie Stimson so consistent, as has been Georgia Taylor-Brown. Another debutante in Super League. There is Casper. She'll have to dig deep to hold on, as is Katie Zafiris, to stay on the heels of Cassandra Beaugrand. Up the incline, out of transition for the last time. Ashley Gentle 25 seconds back in 4th position and 4 seconds ahead of Taylor-Brown and Taylor-Brown, and Jodie Stimson. But the race at the front here between these two, so impressive, Cassandra Beaugrand.
Katie Zafiris won't give up an inch. There's a slight gap opening, but she's staying as close as she can out of those corners. Wow, Cassandra just opened up a stride. The gap opened, and I think that's the elastic band starting to break.
Now's about the time that Chris McCormack will tell us he knew this was going to happen all along.
I did pick Cassandra, didn't I, at the start of the
You picked everyone at some point.
I think you keep changing as who you see hits the lead.
A race between the Brits here. Jodie Stimson, 2014 Com Games gold medalist and 3rd in the WTS, Georgia Taylor-Brown. That race for 5th and 6th. Championship points all important, but yes, the elastic band is broken, and Cassandra Beaugrand
Yep, she looks great.
just looks composed, doesn't she? You're right that it takes her a little bit of a run, of course, as we mix up the formats, but it takes a little run for her to get into her stride, and like a natural runner, she finds it and she manages to hold that pace.
For such a tall runner, for such a tall girl, she really moves out of those corners very, very fast. On the straight, she opens up, and we saw Ashley really put under pressure in stage 1, but I'm surprised how quickly she moves on those corners. Katie Zafiris is no slouch. We saw it last year when she opened up on Olympic champion, Olympic silver medalist Nicola Spirig, was able to shut her down in the run, which is very, very difficult to do. So what a day from this girl. What a day.
I would be hating all these podiums if I was Katie Zafiris. When is the top step going to arrive? When?
I don't know. That's the thing of racing. And, well, there's another day tomorrow. A chance then. But, yeah, today belongs to Cassandra. She just, yeah.
She can jog at home, and she looks comfortable. The face of Katie Zafiris, not quite as comfortable, but she'll be happy, I think, when it's all said and done, with 2nd place, especially from the position that she was. Of course, tomorrow the enduro is 9 legs back to back to back, and I think the strength of Katie Zafiris, she'll be confident in that. Ashley Gentle has overtaken Kirsten Casper for 3rd position, and she looked like she was a little shelled on the bike, having done so well in stage 2, Ashley Gentle, but she's found the reserves to take home a podium spot if it stands the way it is. But Jersey, welcome home your triple mix champion. It will be Cassandra Beaugrand. Plenty of French support. We're only 5 miles off the French coast here in Jersey in the English Channel. And the crowd knows how good this victory has been. Wire to wire for Cassandra Beaugrand. She's taking the time for some high fives, and why not? She has done so well. Stage 1 win, stage 2 win, and now the triple wix win for Cassandra Beaugrand. A big moment in an already stellar young career. Katie Zafiris, so much experience, and used all of that to pace herself into 2nd. Such respect between these two athletes. They know how hard they've all worked. And Ash Gentle takes a look behind, but she'll be able to hold off the sprint of Kirsten Casper.
And no time for high fives, Ashley.
No high fives there, none.
She's gone.
Yeah, she had a great run, brought herself back up into 3rd, and Kristen Casper holding steady for 4th.
4th seems to be the lucky number for Kirsten Casper. She's incredibly consistent. Jodie Stimson will hold off Georgia Taylor-Brown. So much learnt for these athletes, especially the debutantes, in how to attack Super League racing. There's been so much talk in the days leading up of how do you actually go about this, and I think the answer is climb straight into the pain cave and don't get out.
Exactly. Go hard, then go harder, and hope you can hold on.
Summer Cook comes in. Rachel Clammer, who has really given everything she can. She always does in every race. Leonie Perriot, she struggled back in stage 1, but has really found her feet in the second 2 stages. Will come in 9th position ahead of Emma Jeffcoat, ever consistent. On the rise, Emma Jeffcoat, and Vicky Holland manages to come in just ahead of Claire Michelle, and you can see the pain on all of them as they come across
I mean,
the line.
That's a tough day's racing. You know, we heard Ashley starting in stage 3 saying, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. She ran through the finish third. She collapsed across the finish line. A very, very tough day. And remember, we have a full day again tomorrow, so it's going to be interesting to see just how these girls recover.
that's like the last thing they want to think about right now is doing it all over again tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll give them 5 minutes to just relish this win, especially Cassandra Beaugrand, and Annie is with her right now.
Cassandra, phenomenal racing. Did you expect that this morning before the race?
Thank you. It's a very hard race, so I'm happy to win the first round, and it's my favorite distance, so yes, I'm happy.
Can we say, though, that you did make it look easy, particularly on the run?
Yeah, it's my best discipline, I think, and yeah, I'm happy.
Tell me what you think of the format, this style of racing.
What?
Do you enjoy the racing?
Yeah, it's amazing with a big organization, so yeah.
And just how tough is it?
It's a big event.
The hardest race you've done?
Yeah, I think.
Well, congratulations. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thank you. So I'll see you tomorrow.
What a fight it was between the experience of Katie Zafiris and the raw power and pace of Cassandra Beaugrand, who is your winner of the Triple Mix. A huge crowd out here enjoying the racing. The men's racing will be up a little bit later on, and that will throw up a whole bunch more classic battles, as Super League tends to do. In a second, we're going to be able to hear from Katie Zafiris, and she really put all of her tactical nous into this one, and what a fantastic race it was from her. Annie, over to you.
Katie, amazing racing. I take my hat off to you. It looked hard work in the first 2 legs, though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with Super League, it's the round. There's 3 rounds, so in the first part, I was like, oh dear. I was actually happy there were 3 rounds because I definitely moved my way up as it went and kind of worked into everything.
What can you say about Cassandra Beaugrand? She's so young and still very inexperienced.
I mean, we've been watching her this year, and she's just been such a fierce competitor, and you know that she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I was hoping that maybe if I got that shortcut on the run, it would be enough, but it wasn't enough.
And that last swim and the shortcut that you gained, that was impressive, because right at the end of 3 stages, it must have been tough to have swam as hard as you did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a chaser at heart. Like, I saw Cassandra ahead, and I just tried to, like, calmly but quickly try and catch her so that I could come off on her feet. And when I came up the ramp with her, I just tried to get to the line before her so I could have the shortcut.
And out of 10, how tough was it today for you?
I would say definitely a 10. It was hard.
You're going to be back racing tomorrow and with all the energy.
Yeah, 22 hours to recover, no problem.
Great stuff, Katie.
What a race that was. We're going to need 22 hours to recover as well. Fantastic racing from Katie Zafiris, and tactically very astute as well. And she earns 2nd position. She gets 21 points in terms of the championship. Cassandra Beaugrand takes the full 25. Ashley Gentle, 18. Kirsten Casper, 16. Jodie Stimson, 14. Georgia Taylor-Brown takes 12 competition points, and they go on from there. But maximum points for Cassandra Beaugrand, and she earned every single one of those. Podium will be coming up next. We'll be waiting for that, but just a quick comment from both of you on how you saw that racing. Was it what you expected it to be? Flora, was it more brutal than you thought it would be? Was it anything like you maybe had in your mind?
Yeah, it definitely looked brutal out there. But no, I sort of had, as Katie had mentioned, you know, Cassandra has been one to watch all year and sort of picked her as a wild card to win this race. It sort of depended on how a few things unfolded, but yeah, she came in there and just really took the race by the horns and made it her own.
Without question. My takeaway in particular was just how much difficulty you can put yourself and how much you have to chase if you have a really bad stage one. And I was really impressed with Ashley Gentle. She got out very, very early in stage one. She was able to set that up in stage two when she dived into the swim with the lead. Said she was absolutely cooked, and then to run through and finish third, magnificent day for Ash.
Let's have a look now at some of the key moments of this race, if you like. And Katie Zafiris alluded to it, but she said she was a chaser at heart and just used her tactical nous, if you like, to put the gas on, as she did here, elbow Cassandra Beaugrand out of the way and come across the line. And you can see that she just manages to take that short shoot, and that put her in with a shot and forced Cassandra Beaugrand to respond. She really didn't have anything left. Cassandra Beaugrand would have known that was happening, but just been unable to respond, if you like.
A very, very clever move, and that's the entire reason we implemented it. It's to create strategic racing, and that's what we did.
And then it took nearly a lap for Cassandra Beaugrand to bridge that gap created by the short shoot, but she did so through Thunder Alley, and she was never headed from that position on. And as soon as she started to track down Katie Zafiris, she thought, this is Cassandra's day.
Yep, absolutely. You saw her open up, get comfy in her stride, and that was sort of it, really.
It's majestic when she really gets comfortable in that stride and knows exactly how far she needed to push herself. And unlike the pain faces we saw coming across the line from sort of 6th through 15th, she doesn't look too distressed at that point, even managed a hint of a smile there, and she takes out 25 championship points, and she has absolutely earned it, and she has written her name into the short history of Super League Triathlon as one to watch as the season and the years progress, because she has a long and potentially brilliant career ahead of her.
The first ever athlete in Super League racing. We've had 3 Super League events to win all 3 stages in a single day.